It's the calling we all fear, but it's the calling we all have to attend to. Right?
That was a good word. Do you think purpose is something that is already made, or do you get to choose your purpose?
Should I go?
You go first. Go
You go
first.
first.
I think you're born with a purpose.
Really? You think so?
I'm a man that believes in destiny. As much as it sounds very less of us, I'm not religious. I don't believe in God as such. We'll get to that on another day. But I do believe that we are all fated for something. I think we are born with a purpose, and we have the option to choose to fulfill it or not. Like, we're not forced to. I think the universe has given us the skills, has given us this road that we have to go on, but we still have to drive the car. If you don't want to drive the car, if you want to take a U-turn and go to some other road, that's on us. But I think we are born with a purpose, and most of us recognize it at a very young age. I think most of the men, women, whatever, they recognize that purpose that they have in life at a very young age, but if they choose if they want to pursue it, or if they don't want to take that risk and instead choose to take some other path. For me personally, I think it's much more riskier to go for your purpose, because it's a much more difficult path.
Yeah.
That the universe has made for you. I think your purpose, that path of your purpose, is the hardest road you can take in life, but it has the best reward in the end. That's what I believe. So there are many other easier routes to go through, that you can go through in life, but that purpose wala road is the most difficult one, covered with the most obstacles, but that
The most fulfillment.
the most fulfillment at the end, and that's how you'll know that's your purpose in life. What do you think?
Actually, I was gonna say, I thought कि purpose is not something you're born with, but after hearing his answer, I kind of agree with him. It's kind of like a calling, and it's like it's the calling we all fear, but it's the calling we all have to attend to. Right?
That was a good quote.
And it's like it's calling you. It's like, bro, you have to do that. You have to do that. You have to do that. But you're like, no, bro. I mean, I have my parents. I have my family. I have these issues with me, and all. But it is the right thing to do in the end.
Yeah, I think every man knows. He knows he has to do this, but he doesn't do it, and that's increasing a lot more in today's time, right? But I'm curious. You said that before I spoke about my answer. You thought that
I
the
thought purpose is
not
something that you made with.
Why do you think that? Why do you think
So, I guess if you're in a well-to-do, if you're in a privileged household, your purpose will be to I don't know. I mean, it can be. Now I'm confused because the born thing you said, but purpose thing is if you're something, it was if your environment is good, your purpose will naturally be to scale your family business, or provide love and joy to your parents. It's not that tough compared when you're if you're in the gang neighborhood, and your purpose is to just survive and thrive, and just so if you take 50 Cent as an example, in his neighborhood, a lot of people, all of them were gangsters. He was the only one who survived. He didn't survive. He did live in those gang neighborhoods, but he was the one who made an impact, who started writing songs. He was like, no, bro, this is my calling, and I need to fulfill it. Others were like, oh yeah, let's just have some get some drugs, let's get some cocaine and all.
So do you think that path that you're talking about, do you think they felt that was their purpose because they were born in it?
I think it's because of this environment, this circumstances. So it's 50 Cent had a choice. He had, again, it's the calling. He had a calling. He had to choose between living his, staying with his buddies and staying with his friends, homies as we call it, or leaving them and going on a mission alone to rap, to record, and to fulfill his ambition. So it's something his environment, his circumstances made him do. But then again, now that I think about it, it is more related to something you're born with.
Do you think the calling as such is something that is a very real thing? You have a calling. Every man has a calling.
I don't think that there's only one certain thing.
Okay.
That's my point of view, that there are certain things, that you have a slight inclination to, and it's your choice to, put in the effort. Also, the environment, the childhood plays a huge role in it, but you're not limited by that. I feel a lot of people are, limited by okay, I have this childhood trauma, past relationship trauma. Because of that, I'm, staying away from that, doing that. I feel that's just a story we keep telling ourselves to,
True.
to stay within that. I think from this moment on, you can choose to be a completely different person if you put your mind towards it. And you have this, we are modern, we are living in this day. We cannot, we cannot just, completely get out of it. So that's sort of, you're just limiting yourself, I feel.
That's
A
very
lot of
good.
people do it. That's, there's the conditioning. Childhood has affected them. It truly has.
Yeah.
But after a point now, they are just, keep telling themselves the story, and, who keep hurting themselves and keep them in the environment because that's more comfortable than, taking the risk and, actually, going for something that they truly deserve and will truly bring the happiness. Also, one thing you said about happiness, right?
Yeah.
The short term thing, I don't feel that's happiness. Like, what I feel happiness is something fulfilling. It brings you peace. Not in the short term for a few seconds or a few minutes or a few hours, but something you have that when you choose that lifestyle or when you're, working towards that goal. The work itself is so rewarding now, even though it's very tiring and you
Fulfilling.
will feel burned out. There's something about
That's
it
the thing, like how you started the podcast with was where you said that the essence of accomplishing a certain task or getting some work done is the essence of being a man. And that's when you feel like a man is when you complete that day's work, even though it's very tiring, it's very shit, but you got it done, and that's what makes you happy and proud of yourself, right?
I agree.
That's the thing that associated with men for a lot of time.
Yeah.
But you see women building stuff and even they feel. That's the thing about humans, I feel, about building. Of course, masculinity has a part in it because over thousands of years men are more inclined towards it. But the process of building something, doing something, taking action,